In the last video, we finished up our create request function, and we're now ready to move on to approve request. Remember, approve request is what a contributor will call whenever they want to approve or disapprove a given spending request. In this video, I want to lay out some considerations that we need to be aware of as we start to develop our voting system. So the voting system that allows people to say, yes, I approve this withdrawal of funds, or no, I do not allow it. So I want to lay out two big requirements right now for our voting system. These two requirements might seem like they're really obvious, but I want to make sure that you and I are 100% on the same page with respect to how the voting system should work. So here's big requirement number one of the voting system. Big requirement number one is that we should be able to make sure that a single contributor cannot vote multiple times on a single spending request. So in this diagram right here, you'll see that we're saying that Bill, Jane, and Alex are voting yes one time on the spending request, but it looks like Amanda is trying to vote no 3 times on the same request right here. Without a doubt, we absolutely want to prevent this behavior. A single contributor should only be able to vote one single time on any given request. So this definitely implies that we're going to need some system to keep track of who has voted on which requests. All right, so that's big requirement number one. Here's big requirement number two. All right, big requirement number two is that we should make sure that whatever voting system we come up with, it should be resilient for if we have many different contributors or many different approvers in our campaign. It's absolutely not unreasonable to expect that a given campaign might have hundreds or even thousands of different contributors or approvers tied to it. As a very practical example, here's a Kickstarter campaign that I just very randomly pulled up. This is a completely arbitrary campaign right here, and you'll see that it has nearly 7,000 people tied to it. So if we were going to start to use Ethereum and Solidity contracts to manage our Kickstarter campaign, well, we definitely need to make sure that it has the ability to work with this many backers right here. So that is absolutely a hard requirement of our contract. All right, so you might be kind of curious, well, you know what, Stephen, that seems like two very obvious requirements. Why do we care about that at all? Well, it starts to come down to how we place some design logic inside of our approve request function. So let's take a pause right here. Now that we understand these two big requirements, we're going to come back in the next video and I'm going to lay out one possible way of designing our voting system. So let's take care of that in the next video.